So, okay. Hey everybody. Still trying to figure out if things are working or not, because it's actually the first time I'm trying to stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So, let me know if you actually see something. And let me just try to open up my YouTube stream here. I'm not really sure if that is working. We will head into doing a little bit of music in a second. Ram. That good looking chap. Yeah, I gotcha. Tell me about it. So let me check. YouTube is online as it seems. It says live now. So I'm gonna take a look there. So yeah, this looks good. So I have no idea how much lag we actually have. But yeah, at least the video is working, which is nice. So looks good. Tell me if you're watching on Twitch or on YouTube. Would love to hear from where are you watching. Leave a comment. I am. So just reading through your messages. Alejandro, hi, nice to see you. Ram, of course, hi. Wismos, so it looks like most of you guys are on YouTube right now, right? So could anyone confirm if it's working on Twitch as well? Oh, let me check myself. Twitch. And there we go. So looks good. So YouTube, most of you guys, as it seems. Freezing on Twitch, okay. Although looks fine on my end. Reason being, don't know how on YouTube. You should go. Let me check this here. So Flosi Bjarnason, that sounds Swedish or something. Hi, nice to see you. First of all, let's get that shit face out of the way. There we go. Reason being, Icelandic. Okay, gotcha. Reason being that I try out different things with the stream is we are doing a live stream on Tuesday, where I will be showcasing Metropolis Arc 4, which is the first cool thing. Great library. But the absolute news is we are doing a giveaway. So actually, when you watch the live stream on Tuesday, you will get a chance to actually win Metropolis Arc 4, which is cool. So Orchestral Tools, I met them at NAMM, and we had to talk and things like that. And yeah, it's great. They are on board and they give away a free copy of Metropolis Arc. So definitely tune in for the live stream on Tuesday. I will announce everything on Facebook, and I'm still thinking how we do the giveaway. I guess that we do Facebook comments, and then there is a website where you can actually randomly choose a comment on a post. So I guess that's the way we're going to do it. And yeah, what else is there? Currently working on a new template. I'm doing this mixing course right now from Joel Dolly. I can wholeheartedly recommend this thing. It's absolutely amazing. And yeah, kind of tweak my template with a little bit of mixing and things like that. It's kind of a tiny template right now. Not that my 139 tracks and MIDI alone would be don't know, 50 tracks or something. So I'm still in the process of building it and doing mixing on the go as we I don't want to mix afterwards. I want to have it all in the box and done, ready to go. So that it can sound. Well, we can take a listen to that later. Anyway, so there's a bunch of stuff in here, obviously. And I try to have a gate on my mic so that we don't get all the key noise. I think it's working better now. So voice is there. Actually, let me know if the voiceover is too soft or too loud or whatever, or kind of blasting your ears away. I'm sorry for that. How many templates have you made now, Dirk? Good question. Quite a bunch. And I'm working on another one where I have kind of all the orchestral tool stuff in there. Just went back to using Berlin strings and all the Metropolis arcs and things like that. But this right now that I'm working with is pretty much kind of a trailer sound template because I'm doing a bunch of new trailer cues. And I want to work on that, so let me finish my coffee. And then actually let's jump in there. And why don't we write a little bit? Because, as I said, I need to do some trailer tracks anyway, and I will also add in some further instruments into the template as we go. So greetings from Sweden. Greetings back to Sweden. Nice to see you. Ropefell 68. Coincidence, I've just moved back to all orchestral tools libraries. Yeah, it's just great stuff in there. And so the thing is, I went back to kind of starting with piano before actually writing something with more instruments. So where's my... Do you know that the pedal always kind of flees to the back of the desk? And I also wanted to try something. I recently got me this, you can see that right now. I have my Behringer DeepMind 12, my first hardware synth. And actually, I want to try something because I tried to get this into Cubase as an external instrument. So let's put that there. And so let's see if that works as it should. So right now, so this is not working. Actually, it should give me the instrument list. So, okay, it's not connected. Sorry for that. Something's very, very messed up here. That should be 3 and 4. I'm actually using 5 to stream, so but this is not working. Why isn't it? So it's coming back from there, and I'm gonna reload it. Let's see. If I just fried your speakers, I'm sorry. Okay, I need to look into that. That is not working. Anyway. And let's just get rid of it and go back to making music. So I will look into the hardware integration with Behringer later on. So what we're going to do, we add, not the deep mine, but VPS Avenger. There we go. So I'm waiting for it to show up. There we go. Oh, come on. It's kind of laggy a little bit. There we go. I think that's due to the streaming going on. Just going through a bunch of ARP sounds here. I think I want to start with something synth-based. Or maybe let's try a bass sound. I think ARP might be better. Trailer tension. Okay, what's that? I think I did these earlier for myself. No, I didn't. Builder is not doing much. But that sounds like a good start. Okay, so actually let's bring this guy to synth bass. There we go. So, by the way, Nashad, hi. Grandeur sounds good. Yeah, indeed, it does. I'm loving that sound. So, let me check here. Do we look good? We look good. Great way, iPhone as a camera. That's a cool thing. My old webcam kind of sucked. I am from Syria. Hi to Syria. That's quite a bit away from here. I'm in California, where today the world is ending because it is a little bit of wind and rain outside. So it's like the day after tomorrow in life. So, love you, Mill. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. So we need a little bit of a boom there to start with. So let's check what we have here. No, not the Viking hits. Let's try some of the Atlantica stuff. Whooshes. Oh, maybe better hits. Epic trailer hits. Can't go wrong with these. Actually, watch your speakers, guys. Deadpool sounds good, so let's go with this guy. So actually that's hit 1. And let's make sure this guy sits on the 1. So align it. Close Avenger. Need to know what effects you're using on Grandeur, please. So let's see. Not much, pretty much going on. That's the settings. So you can recap that later. I think Relax Grandeur, it's actually the preset, I think. Maybe I tweaked a little bit the color knob. And turned off the space. And in Cubase, let's open up the Grandeur. There we go. Know what? There are no single effects on it. It's just sending to a reverb. So there's not much going on there besides the reverb. So without reverb, it's... And with reverb, it's like... It just sounds pretty good. So back to topic. We have the hit here, and okay, before we actually blast our ears, let's turn that down. By far. And let me check the EQ a little bit here. A little bit. Are you well versed in counterpoint? No, I'm not. Well, kind of, not from a theoretical standpoint, at least. Let's first start with a little bit of percussion. Have you been learning to write good music for a long time? Well, I've been doing that for quite a while now, so obviously and hopefully one gets better over time. Let's do a little bit of a clicky thingy there. Yeah. If I actually could play. I mean, it's totally in time, but I still prefer to play it in to have a little bit of dynamic variation there. And we definitely need to turn that down a little bit. So, take the audio fader there. Okay, there we are going to repeat the hit. Bam. And we are going to kind of, let's try this. By the way, if you're asking, these percussions are Metropolis Arc 3. And let's turn Decimated down. Percussion on their own. Okay. 8 diatoms. Can't go wrong with these. Okay. Hello Dirk, is all of those channels is on with a VST instrument on them? How do you get enough RAM for all the channels at once? My PC will explode with that amount of VST on. Well, yeah, then it might be time to upgrade your PC. That's the only thing I can say there. It is nevertheless easier for my system to handle it because all the stuff is hosted outside in Vienna Ensemble Pro. So it is indeed one contact instance per instrument, and right now in terms of RAM we are at 27 gigs of 64 available. So actually, this guy goes there. So, I am well dispersed in the counterpoint of harmony and the other, but I cannot make music like you. What is your secret? If I only knew. Okay, let's add in some strings here to support the synth. Kind of have a melody for the cellos in my head. That's not it. There we go. Spiccato, please. So. Kind of like this. So let's see how that sounds. That should work. Even it out a little bit. Might be a little bit too jumpy. So, hey Ashton, Nice to see you. So, give it a little bit more. Are you going to create tutorials on orchestral arrangement? Good question. I haven't thought about that. I mean, I do tutorials with composing and what I do when I compose. So if I really could give theoretical advice on orchestral arrangement and things like that, I highly doubt that because I'm no orchestrator. I work from my gut, you know, and I might make mistakes. For me, it's in the end, if it sounds good, it is good. So it's kind of my approach there. So let's see, strings together sound like this. I find the sticks a little bit unnerving, so let's not do this. Polygraph music. So one instance of VE Pro host only one patch of contact? No, one instance of VE Pro. In this case, it's on the same system. It's all on one PC. But VE Pro hosts 3 instances, and every instance hosts a shitload of contact instruments. And you could also do multi-timbral and do like 16 instruments per contact instance, but since I wanted to have one dedicated audio return for each instrument that I'm using in Cubase, so I'll be able to mix every single instrument like you can see here. So every single contact instrument has a single audio return for mixing purposes. So I didn't go with the multi-timbral route, but one instrument per contact. So for the strings, for example, it's like 20 instruments and it's 20 different contact instances. On brass, the same, percussion, the same, percussion and aux, so there's also piano and choir and stuff like that. So that way Cubase is not worried with the processing of the actual plugins because they're hosted outside in VN Ensemble Pro. So this damn mic is kind of in the way when I look at the screen, so it's still not the best solution. I'm actually looking for a kind of lavalier mic, lavalier, whatever you call it, to have. I actually realized that we're looking pretty colorful today. I love the autofocus. Anyway, so one dedicated return for one instrument will be a huge template. Depends. I'm currently in the process of downsizing, so I don't have a 1900 track template anymore. It's cool to have, and I still have it there when I need it, but I think it's more appropriate to downsize a little bit and actually just use the stuff that I really think I need to use, and I can always build upon that and layer in if more stuff is needed. So let's do just a simple 16th line. So let's see how that sounds together. Okay. Dirk, do you have a way how to train in orchestral music like you? Yes, I have. I can post a link later. There are a bunch of online courses. I can wholeheartedly recommend the Evanen courses. They're really, really good. So if you want to step up your game there, It's pretty cool stuff. How many templates do you have or use? It seems it's different each time I watch. Yeah, last time I had a different one, and I was building this one because I was doing the orchestral mixing course from Joel Dolly and wanted to kind of get into this a little bit more and changed my template a little bit accordingly. And this is specifically for a job that I'm doing right now because I'm gonna be writing a bunch of trailer tracks. So this is going to be well, the current template that I'm working with. So I'm just trying to catch up with your comments here. The only issue I find with one instrument per contact is the contact uses 150 megabyte of RAM on its own. Might easily be. Luckily, I didn't have to worry about that, so with 64, I'm pretty good to run whatever I need. And I still have my 2 slaves with 64 gigs of RAM each as well. So overall, it's like 128, 192 gigs of RAM. So if I use the big template in all 3 PCs that I have. So, but right now, this is all in the box, 1 template, 1 track. So let's add in a little bit of low brass. So that there. Should be enough. Just to give a little bit low end. I think we can turn down the big percussion here a little bit. That is a little bit overpowering to start with. Let's leave some room for later. And I don't like the second hit here. I think I overall don't like the hit. Let's take a different one. That just doesn't sound that good. So take another one. Either go with ABA. Let's see what we have here. Let's start with this one. It's not too big of a hit. So, but still, we need to get it onto the 1. Hey, come on. There we go. And turn it down way much. Yeah, that sounds better. That works better. And then we need definitely a whoosh sound in front of that. So, either a roll, maybe. I think that one sounds good. Whoosh. Don't even have a whoosh channel yet. So let's add that. And we send this to... I don't have the whoosh group yet. Oh, I have it. Okay, so let's send this to whooshes, sorry. And now bring that in. So there we go. And turn it down. And okay, there is no clear peak point. So let's just manually adjust that. That should work with the hit together. Yeah, that works. So, try to keep up with the messages. If you had to use only one VST for the rest of your life, what would it be? That's a tough question, but I guess it would be Contact, pretty much. What is your go-to reverb? I recently got me the Seventh Heaven Bricasti emulation, which is pretty cool, and I still use, for example, in this template here, still use the Stephen Slade one, the Reverb Suite. What is it? Verb Suite Classic. This guy. So that's a pretty cool reverb as well. So what does it go to reverb? Sure, you can also use one PC with several disks and much RAM. Yeah, of course. If it works for you. Why did you move to the US and leave Germany? That's a good question. The thing is, I wanted to do a blog post about that. Do you actually need to be in LA to work in this industry? So it's kind of a tough question. I don't think you necessarily need to be in LA to do what we do as a professional, but it's not in the way of getting the job done. So there are certain occasions where you absolutely need to be here. For example, let's say you get the chance to work on a custom trailer track. So a trailer house gets in touch with you and asks you to, let's say for the latest Star Wars, do a trailer track. And when they have the rough cut or the visuals available, obviously you can be pretty sure about the fact that this stuff is not leaving their door in any kind of way. So they won't send you anything so you can work on it. If you want to work on it, you actually get there, talk with the music editor, and see it there, and then you head back home and work. So obviously it would be tough to do this kind of job from abroad because you just can't do it physically. So you need to actually jump onto the plane, come here, watch it, go back. So you know how it is. So there are some things that are easier when you're here. Plus the weather is nice, so we don't get any snow here. And I'm a sucker for sun, so yeah, that's the main reason why I moved to the US and left Germany, just to be closer to the spot where the industry actually is sitting in. So, why do you move? Because don't you like Merkel? Let's not get into politics here. Did you go for a long time to reach such a level in music? Well, I've been doing that for quite a while, so you just learn on the job, I would say. And the more experience you get, the more Spitfire audio shirt. Yeah, I was at NAMM, and Spitfire was there with a booth, and all they did was give away shirts. So they had no station there to check out stuff and things like that. So, why do you use T-Series Atom speakers instead of A-Series, which you would afford, I think? Because I just have a freaking small room here. And it's just not worth it until I have a decent room. So, and they were dirt cheap, and they actually sound pretty amazing for how cheap they are. So they're totally fine for me. Back to topic. So let's bring in some horns here, or trombones maybe. So we're still all the time on D here. I just try to kind of create a vibe there. Let's do some stuff here. I love the Audio Imperia photosynthesis libraries, whatever. You slam just these pads on top and it just works. Let's go with this one. Sounds pretty cool. And I just added a little bit of pitch bend modulation, as you can see here, to give it a little bit of an, well, just kind of feel, you know, so not having the single note running through all the time. So if you listen solo, so, I'm pretty excited for the Acoustic Tools sampler. I just hope it won't have any performance problem when loading hundreds of instances. Yeah, we will see what the future brings, but I'm pretty sure that they know what the competition out there is, and that they make sure they don't screw this up and have another play out there. Monocle from Twitch. Nice to see a soundtrack composer out here on Twitch. Hi. Interesting that you moved to the US to be nearer to the music industry. What VST do you use for percussion? Different ones, but for the most part, Metropolis Arc 3, Action Strikes, a lot of Audio Imperia stuff, and some ADO stuff, and Hans Zimmer percussion. Are you self-taught or do you have music education? Kind of both a little bit. So for the most part self-taught, but I sniffed into music education as well for quite some time. So, but I never finished anything in terms of education or university or whatever. But I actually studied music for a little bit. So can't just say that I'm only self-taught. That wouldn't be true. Just looking through some stuff here. Plug yourself. Whatever they meant with that patch name. I just want to have some kind of a little bit high note thingy going on. It's raining cats and dogs outside, so California is on the brink of extinction. So, day after tomorrow is happening right now outside. think we can turn that up a little bit. So there we go. Should I switch to Cubase 10 with a 9.5? Obviously you can, so there's nothing to worry about. Actually, Cubase 10 is pretty stable and has some nice functionality that is superior to 9.5. So it's a good update, in my opinion. Raphael, thanks for the amazing streams. Will this one be available later? I will decide that later on, depending on the outcome. So, okay, we're getting there. So, definitely put that over there. And let's bring in a little bit of violin stuff here. And I will take care of the velocities later on. Something like that. So I don't want too much of velocity diversity there, so that can be not sure that works. Let's see. And actually, let's do that with the violas and the violins. So, that's a little bit too soft. So let's start a little bit louder. Let's see how they sound. And also, we would need to raise the cellos there and the basses. What is the command to record as you punch in MIDI without the playback? This is actually this button over here, step input so-called. So you activate it and then you can define the step length, and then it records every 16th, 8th, quarter note, whatever you set up here, and can input one step after the other. That's why it's called step input. So and actually I want to, let's check, this is 6, 8, 7, so I guess that would be number 9. I want to add a patch from the Talos library, 7, 8. So let's duplicate this onto channel 9. And this will not be Talos Horns Legato, but let me check. Audio Imperia, no, that's on drive H. There we go. Talos Horns, instrument, multi-samples, individual patches. Bent, there we go. I want to use that bent instrument. I mean, I could have loaded the key switch version of the instrument, but I didn't. So there we go. Now we have the bends on their single channel. No, 9 please. Make sure that the patch here is on 9 as well. So let's just add that on top. And we can turn that up a little bit. Maybe we do that in octaves. Does it actually react to velocity? I think that's working better. Recheck. And let's bring that in just there on the second note. And let me add just a little bit of a symbol there on the second hit. So that sounds good. And here, add like a Brahms sound. So I don't have a group for these yet, so I'm gonna create one. Just looking for nice color for the Brahms. I'll take this one. Okay, so this guy here, we need the mixer there. So Brahms, and we send that to Brahms. And get rid of the effects. So, okay. And let's load something up. Balu Bike. Hi, nice to see you. Go with the Inception Brahms. On D, please. And turn that way, way down. I like that one, but let's Brahms, please. Brahms, let's please take care of the EQ a little bit. Yeah, there's kind of an overtone. I just want to get rid of the absolute low end here. There's just no room for that. Ain't nobody got room for that. So. So that's fine. Let's see what we have in the synth here. Okay. It could be a little bit more. It's really inspiring to see how you create this. For how long are you composing? Quite a while. So I've been doing that full time for 8 years now. Are you from Denmark? A little bit south. No, Germany. So, can't offer Danish here or whatever. Maybe we can add in another pad here from... I'm currently trying out Spitfire Earth. Got that recently. And let's see if we find something nice here that we can layer on top just to give it a little bit more. The thing is, there are so many thousands of patches that I usually just come to C or D. So let's go somewhere in the middle and start from there. Because just... I like that one. Do you write as you go, or do you pre-write something or scribble before you start adding media information? It really depends. Sometimes I have an idea in my head and scribble that down, and sometimes I just start from scratch, and like today in the stream, so we started from nothing pretty much. So, but let's give a little bit more movement to that guy. I got me this grow speed from... I don't have Fruity Loops, but I saw that plugin, and actually it's pretty cool. Actually, I think we need to play that to have it running. So this is nice. Yeah, let's add this, and just want to have it running up here. And actually, what I want to do as well is, first of all, EQ that, because there's just some low information that we don't need. Also, bring that a little bit down. So that should be fine. And I also want to have it undulating from left to right. So let's go with sound toys. I think Pan Man should do the trick. So we want to have this back and forth with a rhythm step. And let's do and quarter notes. Let's do 5 steps. And let's see how that sounds. Not as wide. Okay, so let's see how that sounds together. Maybe do that an octave higher. See how that sounds. I like that it's not as tonal. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool in the synth section. So I just added some low strings here. And the second run sound like this. That's nice. So actually, let's do a short break, shall we? We will be back in a second. I just need to take a short little break. We can obviously listen to some stuff while we're away. So what should that be? I give you an excerpt of the game score that recently came out. Some nice tension stuff. I definitely need to add in coming soon screen. So I will be back in a minute. Cheers, guys. That's one of the tracks from In Tomorrow, when you wander through the VR world and look for strange things and happenings. You're not allowed to take a break. Fuck you. Don't worry, guys. Rem is a friend of mine. DJ Jackson. Hello, Dirk. Hello, DJ Jackson. Nice to see you. Meet you. Where were we? Back to topic. So, actually, let me switch all. So, the cam is hanging. It looks like. I know why. Give me a second. I so suck at that. So there we go. Back with the cam. Because unfortunately I need to have iTunes open to run the camera. Anyway, so now it's working. There we go. Take a listen to what we had. Come on. So, how many guys are currently watching? 46. Dude, damn, that's amazing. And how many guys do we have on Twitch? Is someone still watching on Twitch? If so, let me know if the stream is running fine there. Just
he stays in this gun punch just like.
Sorry, that was the Twitch start page. So okay, we still have guys on Twitch. That looks good. Reason being why I'm asking, because next Tuesday we are going to have a live stream showcasing Metropolis Arc 4. So Metropolis Arc 4 came out recently, and I talked to the Orchestral Tools guys at NAMM, and this will be the first time that we are doing hands-on with a sample library, and you can actually win that same sample library. So on Tuesday morning at 10 Pacific Standard Time, 10 a.m., we will be doing a live stream hands-on Metropolis Arc 4, and during the live stream we will be doing a giveaway where you can actually win the full licensed copy of Metropolis Arc 4, which is pretty cool. So be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that bell button to be notified when we are online, and as well as Twitch if you want to. And I guess we will be doing it with a post on the CWVI Facebook page, and then you need to comment there. I will talk about that in the stream. So you will need to leave a comment on that Facebook post, and then we randomly pick a command as a winner for Metropolis Arc 4, which is pretty cool. I just got the library. It's amazing, and really looking forward to that stream. That will be cool. And one of you lucky guys will be the winner of Metropolis Arc 4. And by the way, this will happen more often in the future. So in the future, I plan to have the developers on board when we do a hands-on and look at the library, that we actually can give away the library. So it's just a cool thing to give back and to raise a little bit of awareness to new products out there. And winning is always good, right? So, okay, what we have here now is me babbling around a little bit with my new trailer template, and actually just trying to do a little bit of mixing and learning. So let's bring in a little bit of a riser there. Can we have, please, a soft riser? something not so overly big. Why do they always do rises like half an hour or something like that? I just need 5 seconds. That one's actually pretty nice. That one's too. Actually, let's go with this. That way we also have the downer directly afterwards, which is cool for the transition to go into a B part or whatever we are going to do afterwards. But what I'm going to do is I actually want to have the downer on my downer channel. So I'm going to cut this here and put this there. And -10, make sure we have the same volume here for both patches. And we turn that down, way down. Risers tend to be incredibly loud. So, cool. Now we have this. I think that was a little bit too soft. Let's go with this. So, Timski, hello. Hello. And Karst Neugebauer. Hello, long-time watcher, first-time commenter here. Love your streams. Very informative and inspirational. Thanks for a lot for doing this. Cheers to that, mate. And thanks for watching it. Without you guys, it wouldn't be the same, right? Like me talking into a camera and not knowing if anyone is watching, that would be stupid, right? So, anyway, thanks for watching and bearing with me that I'm dabbling and bumbling around here. And as you know, every track gets better the more you listen to it. So let's just take another listen where we are. Okay, 1 bar break, and let's start with something more. I mean, we have been D minor all the time. So we need to do something different now. Kind of establish a theme or something that is a little bit more melodic. But we don't want to head into love theme territory. So we start on D. Nah. Okay, trying to establish something like chord scheme here. Okay, okay, 16th, step recording, there we go. Let's go with this. Oh, okay. And turn that way down. So, well, a little bit more. There we go. What do we have new here? This part is always more difficult. Yeah, it is. Why it's always D minor? Because D minor just sounds good. And a lot of Brahms in the libraries that you get are actually assembled in D minor, so they just sound good. Cheers. Do you find Jaeger strings better than CSS for this kind of music? They're both equally good. I just like the ones treated a little bit with EQ and things like that. I like the Jaeger a little bit more because they seem to have even more bite. Cheers from Armenia. That's great. Cheers back. So that's actually 8th note in the cellos. Is Elements 2 in progress? It actually is, yes. I'm working on it right now. Not right now, but... So, bring that down a little bit. I just don't want too much dynamic variation there, because... okay, I need 16th. Sorry, messed that up. Once more. Okay, let's do it just once. Bring that down. For the lazy composer, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So, and off we go. I know what I did wrong. It's just 1 bar, not 2. Okay, there we go. And then we can copy the whole thing. There we go. Now we're talking. And we need to push that up a little bit. What is CSS? Cinematic Studio Strings. Yeah, exactly. And let's duplicate the violas and the violins. I need to listen to that together. It seems a little bit too busy in the strings. We might change that. That sounds pretty nice and big. Yeah, I don't like that. It's just like that. Yeah, let's go with this for starters. Do it simpler. Emergency alert! Flash flood warning in this area. Yeah, okay, thank you very much. Yeah, it's raining, and California is on the brink of extinction because some rain is coming down. You know how it is. So. Okay, I think I have an idea what we're going to do. We are going to duplicate these guys and turn the volume down. So, would love to see some other kind of genre from you. I mean, I like trailer music, but you could write some production or soft quiet music. Definitely good suggestion, and it will come. So I don't necessarily only want to do trailer music in this channel and on this channel, sorry. So there will definitely be some other stuff coming as well. But right now, I figured streaming today, I need to do some trailer music for some clients. So I definitely stream trailer music today because that's what I'm working on. But I want to do other stuff as well and cover other genres. Okay, let's try this. So this is 16th notes. So let's see how that sounds. I like it better with just the 16, so no upbeat there. You look like a heavy metal guy. What did I do? What did I do? Heavy metal. So let's see how these strings sound together. Wait, so this means you're actually writing for the client live with us? If that track ends up being used by the client, then you might be witnessing the production of a cue that actually gets used for a client. Yes. What's the best orchestral library for beginners in your opinion? Orchestral Tools Inspire is pretty good. Albion 1 by Spitfire can get you pretty far. Even the Elements package from the Native Instruments orchestral series with the strings and brass and woodwinds you can get a lot of mileage out of that. Orchestral Essentials from Project Sam is another contender. The Orchestra is good for entry-level sketching and things like that by Best Service. Other than that, just building your stuff over time. But to start with, I would say Albion 1 is great. I mean, Jaeger is cool as well because it gives you a lot of sections. So you got strings, brass. I would definitely look for something that covers the whole orchestra range. Not necessarily start with single dedicated libraries with just strings or whatever. I mean, obviously, for the most part, dedicated library just strings are more comprehensive and more rounded than the bread and butter libraries that have the whole orchestra in them. So there is a catch to these libraries that have all in one. But nevertheless, there is really good stuff out there. Well, there's lots of awesome orchestral symphonic metal bands. Indeed, there are. Hello, Dirk. Thanks for sharing live composing sessions. It's very inspiring, very interesting. I'm not a composer, but I dream to be able to do like you. Well, just go for it. No stopping you. Have an idea for the low strings here to kind of go with a different rhythm, namely eighth dotted. And then with eighth. So together. I'm missing string and brass legatos. Would recommend CSS and CSB. It's definitely very, very good. So especially the combination of both. They work awesomely good together. Okay, let's try this. Actually, I want to hold that last one longer. quarter note, quantize. Actually, quantize the shit out of that because I think I used the sustain pedal on this one. Yeah, okay. So that should be easier. Sustains are a little bit loud. Oh, come on! There we go. A little bit loud, so we turn them down. So duplicate this because we extended the length of the last pattern. And what would we recommend getting next for somebody who has complete 11 Ultimate, looking for trailer stuff like this? I personally feel the brass and orchestral elements to be the weakest link in the chain. Jaeger would be a good contender, because it covers you with brass and strings and things like that. The CSS Cinematic Studio package, definitely the strings and the brass, they work awesomely good together. Also worth looking at would be music sampling, like soaring strings, adventure strings, trailer brass, adventure brass, all these libraries they have. They work really nice together. So I got the trailer brass, for example, in here. So that's pretty cool. That works really good. Actually, let's make this a sus. So, okay, let's spice this up a little bit. First, let's copy over the Avenger bass. So we have let's see, that sound starts here. I gotta listen together, sorry. Hey, Jazz Rock. Okay, the last one needs to last longer. And I am new to percussion. All I have is Apocalypse Micro, but I need something more orchestral with the cymbals and such. Do you have any affordable suggestions for a starter? Starter percussion library. So well, it's kind of tough because, I mean, Native Instruments Action Strikes, for example, a lot of good big and broad percussion, but no high-end stuff or auxiliary percussion. Sorry. Hand cymbal percussion is also very niche, but great. I would say best bet is there is no one-fits-all library out there, especially for percussion. So Metropolis R3 is really good for these big and bold percussions. I use a lot of Damage still, Heaviosity, so all the Heaviosity range, there's great percussion in there. If you're looking for that kind of overprocessed, trailery sound. Then we have, I don't have the Red Room Audio percussion. Audio Imperia has some great stuff with Cerberus and Sinfonia drums. There's so much stuff out there, but not really one fits all approach for me. So I rather have different libraries and take the best from each, you know. Are you gonna try out the new Dark Era library from Eduardo? Of course. As soon as I get my review copy, I will be doing a stream with that. So what's a good way to make sub bass with stock 9.5 Pro plugins? Just slam on. So make sub bass with internal plugins. You add the Retrologue, which is a Cubase stock plugin, and then you load up either just a sine pad and filter the shit out of it. So there you got your sub. And if you want to have it more rhythmic, you can, for example, insert, you can either automate the volume curve, or I prefer to have dedicated plugins for that, like grow speed, for example. Then we set that to pattern. So there you can go with your. So you definitely can do some nice stuff with Cubase internal plugins. Back to topic. Where were we? We were. So, by the way, this is an intro idea for a track for Elements 2. That's actually the wrong pad sound here. Enough show off. And when the template is fully running, it sounds like this. This is pretty amazing. So watch your speakers. That's fun. Let's see if we can bring that new track to that point that it sounds pretty decent. There we go. How long did it take to reach a point in which you managed to know all the technical stuff and can concentrate on the creative things of music? Well, unfortunately, I have to tell you that it is a never-ending journey. Because, for example, I've been doing that for nearly 20 years now, full-time, like 9 years, 8 years. And I just recently looked into that trailer mixing course and totally retweaked my template just because of the new knowledge that I gathered there. And you always strive for new techniques, new technology, new knowledge, and you to get that into your workflow and try to make your own out of it. So it took a while. So as I've said, I've been doing that full time for 8 years now, and it doesn't stop there. So actually the sustain strings are too quiet now, so let's bring them back to 100. And obligatory So, let's bring in some more stuff. Let's bring in the low strings. What would you like to achieve in your career in, for example, 5 years? Have you got any bigger goals yet? Main goal to achieve in 5 years is still have a roof on top of my head being in California. So I'm happy if I can manage that, because California is just expensive as hell. But other than that, well, yeah, just keep going. Try to support my family with what I'm doing. Try to make a living out of what I'm doing, and maybe have 1 or 2 more albums out there. Why do I have the feeling your sound instruments library is more than a decent mid-sized car? Well, that might not be too far from the truth, that feeling. But it's just, I mean, if you work professionally in a field, whatever it is, you kind of acquire the tools you need to get your job done over time. So in the course of a few years, you obviously spend a bunch of money on libraries and things like that, or find other ways to what headphones are these? These are 990 Pro. And my other ones are 770. So I don't have the 880. 770 and 990. What CPU you use? Right here on this machine, my new master is AMD Ryzen 1950 16 core. Well, so Ryzen Threadripper 1950 50X 16 core processor and 64 gigs of RAM. So that's my current machine. So let's add in another low brass. Monitors are Adam Audio T7V. So the cheapest stuff you can get with a decent sound. Okay, let's do a little bit of a melody line there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it's not really the best melody in the world. I'm just going with the flow of the chords there. But it feels nice. So this is actually 16th here. I knew it. I fucked that up. How many years did it take until you were thinking, yes, that's the sound I'm going for with my music? It will take another 10 years minimum till I really find the sound that I want to go with. No, I mean, as I've said, been doing that full time for 8 years now, 9 years, and I'm slowly starting to getting to the point that I'm actually happy with the sound I have. I understand this is not entirely correct to ask about such things on a live stream, but tell me how realistic it is to have good income at 100K after 3 years of composing for production libraries. First of all, it's absolutely okay to ask such things. Not necessarily always okay to answer that. Within 3 years, starting from zero, I doubt that it goes that fast. But on the other hand, it really depends on your ability to produce high-end content and on your effectiveness to produce high-end content. And obviously on your abilities to market. I mean, it's one thing to write great cues, but you need to find the production music libraries that are willing to take your cues and put it out there. But given that you are up to par with the standards that are out there, if you listen to Extreme Music, Universal, Warner Chappell, etc., all the stuff that they have out there, and you write according to that standard, your music will definitely find a home. You could approximately say you need at least a good 1,000 cues registered that are kind of floating around and get used. So that's kind of a rough estimate. And so if you think of 3 years only, that would mean you have to write 333 cues per year to get to this 1,000 cues. And you would also need to place them in libraries from day one. So I think it's kind of unrealistic to expect a six-figure income after 3 years after going full-time. A lot of composer colleagues of mine have been starting that part-time and kind of developed into full-time. So they build their catalog over time. And for me personally, it was like 7 years till you gain a decent amount of income from the royalties through your music in TV and things like that. So is the mixing on this track done already? Yeah, it's kind of my new template where I kind of pre-mix everything and just tweak afterwards. Yeah, I want to have a template that is mixed, where I just write, export, and done. That's my approach there. How long did it take you from your first paid gig until you could work as a full-time composer? Was it hard to change from a regular job? I think you were a web designer to composing it full-time. It's definitely hard. Anyone who tells you otherwise can go and themselves, you know. It's tough, and especially in the beginning. So back then when I went full-time, my son was just born, and I went into unemployment because I've been working as an in-house web designer and got kicked out of the job anyway, and needed to look into, okay, what I got to do. Got a freshborn baby at home, no income, so you need to do something. And I started actually out going into freelancing web design again. I had some clients left, and that was kind of for the first 3-4 months that kept me above the water. And I started selling stuff on Audio Jungle, actually. So that was March 2011, where they still sold the cues for $14 a track. And I still remember that I was pretty happy about the fact when I got my first sale and was got aware that people are actually willing to pay like $14 for a track to use in a whatever kind of production. So, and from there I just kept going. I met a bunch of composers on Facebook and got in touch, and then I started writing for my first TV library in New York. Did a lot of America's Next Top Model and things like that. So production music for reality TV. And then one thing led to the other. It just developed over time. And it took me like, I would say 5 years to really being able to say I can make a living out of what I'm doing. So BMI or ASCAP as a library composer. I'm personally with BMI. I know tons of colleagues who are with ASCAP. I know tons who are with BMI as well. So I personally like the way BMI handles things, and they're pretty easy to work with. They're very supportive, and so if you ask me, BMI. For no specific reason. What voice choir library can you recommend? I'm personally using Oceania by Performance Samples and ADIO Lacrimosa. But Strezov, the whole range of Arva, Wotan, and Freya is awesome as well. Let's do some trailer trombone chords, shall we? Let's go. Quarter notes, quantize the hell out of it. So let's see what we have with the brass here. Where is... Oh, okay, gotcha. There we go. And I think we can even add on some more stuff. So a little bit horn chords. No. So I'll try first, to be honest. Okay. Well, that might work. Quantize the hell out of it and see how it sounds together. That's a little bit loud there, so I want to make sure they are not overpowering already. We want to leave some room for the final part. I feel that because the trailer horns here have the F, it was too much with the chord horns on F as well, so I'm just trying to... That sounds a little bit more rounded. I love this brass sound, to be honest. It's just freaking huge. I love that. So. Yeah, that works good with choir. So let's double the horn line with the violin on top. That's nice. Maybe I just keep the way it is. Just for the second part, let's add some higher violins here. Mina! Good morning to Australia. Nice to see you. How you doing, mate? Hope you're having a blast down there. Okay, so let's start. We need a hit or something. I like that one. So let's see if we can work a little bit with that. First of all, bring that down. I'm good, it's my birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Mina. All the best. Hi Dirk, greetings from Chile. Greetings to Chile. I don't like the pre-whoosh there, so maybe just start with hit. Not impactful enough, so let's see if we find something else. Hits, tonal, modern trailer hits, there we go, full. That's actually, oh, in case you're wondering, that's, I'm going through the Keep Forest library. My office is leaking, Ram, you're kind of getting flooded away. Don't tell me anything about nice and cozy and warm. It's fucking hell out here. California's on the edge of extinction because we have a little bit of wind and rain. Okay, that one's nice. Woof. Ah, there we go. And maybe not as long, so start there. it still so... because it's a little bit loud. And I think I have some EQ going here that... fuck me. I would like to have some low end, please. Well, there we go. Okay. Okay, now we're talking. Eamon Kenny, been following you for quite some time now. Oh, you were the one. This is my first message to you. Thanks for being an inspiration. You're welcome. Okay, I mean, Kali and somebody use a complete control S88 MK2. No, I'm using an S61 MK2, which is like 17 keys less than the 88. Let's check this. Craig! That sounds pretty nice. Let's see. Maybe we do that very subtle to start with. Something like this. Let's see how they sound together. Just percussion, please. Did you leave expression maps? No, I did not. Look here. Oh, fuck. Sorry. Actually, that should have been CSS. So I at least have one expression map in here. See? There we go. Expression map. And I actually can set this up to the correct articulation. Thanks so much. But other than that, I have a lot of single instruments here where I just don't need the expression map. So, yeah. Okay, let's add in some short punch in your face thingy hits stuff. I think I like the ones in Vikings. Let's take this one. Short hits. And we're gonna do thump, pum, pum. So copy that over and actually make sure that the hit is on the beat and turn that down. So now all together we should have actually that is 8th notes. Sorry. You go over there, and you there, and then you go over there. I'm using this to actually line it up to the grid, so I don't need to remove, you know, anyway. But here we have a mismatch. We need to actually crossfade. No! Stop it. So. Okay. That's a little bit of fumbling, but I want to avoid any clicks on the cuts. Okay. That sounds better. Yeah, that's nice. And then we can copy over the hit there. And definitely put a symbol on top. So, percussion on its own. Yeah, that sounds pretty nice. And actually make sure that the sub boom ends here. Do you use slave computers? Yes, but not on this specific cue. Thinking of buying an old workstation, 600 euros for a dual Xenon with 92 gigabytes of RAM, but I've heard they're not very energy efficient. Thanks for an awesome stream. You're welcome. I have no idea how energy efficient they are. I just run my slaves when needed, and yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. If you can get a cheap 92 gigabyte of RAM slave machine and you feel you need it, go for it. So, just need to listen overall what we have so far. I feel that we need like a signal noise or something there on top. Ken American, hi. Hi. Okay, we're getting there. So first of all, we copy these guys. Ah! Sorry. There we go. Yeah. And I want to duplicate. Yeah. Ava hits, and these are filtered, so I don't have any low end here. But I want to double them with the hits that I had, with the short hits that I had. So I think that should be fine. So when we take this short hit on its own, and then when we add this on top, gives a little bit more definition. Copy that over, and copy that over, and we're good. So, percussion. copy that here. Mahlzeit. So, what do you think about 4K monitors and why are you not using one? Whoever said I'm not using a 4K monitor? So, I am indeed using a 4K monitor. That's my third one on the wall. Question answered. Lang, hi? Hi. I can't tell too much about it because give me a second. So there we go. Because I just got me the mixing course by Joel Dolly or Joel Dolly. I think he's French. And this is pretty awesome, and he teaches great reverb technique in his course, and I just don't feel good giving it away all like that, because yeah, it's just so give me a second. I'm just trying to get this out to you and send you the link. Just need to find. So there we go. That's the link. And okay. So give me a second. Cool thing is YouTube allows editing of the videos afterwards, so I can edit that out later. So create a link. So finally, there we go. So you can check out, this is the mixing course that I'm currently doing, and it's just amazing. So if you want to check this out, it's kind of pricey, to be honest. It's like $300. But you can, they also offer like a 3-month payment for $99 a month. And honestly, since I started this course in the last days, I feel that I have learned more about mixing and about the overall sound than in the last 5 years of doing that. So it's really, really good. I can only say that. And yeah, I mean, listen for yourself. It just, sound is amazing. So I don't want to really give away the reverb techniques that he explains in his course. I just feel that it's working really, really good. So we can copy that. This whole thing. Whoop. More. There we go. And I think that oomph might be a little bit too loud. So we have that on -6. Let's turn that down a little bit more. Greetings from Hungary. Greetings back to Hungary. We take another little short break. I will take a short break. Whatever you're gonna do. Cheers. I give you another track from the game score that I've done. Why not take a listen to this guy? Somebody asked about doing some more mellow stuff, so here we go. We'll be back in a little bit. And so, unfortunately, no, not unfortunately, not the. So there we go. Duplo. So we will do a little break, and I will be streaming again, like in, I think in 15 minutes. I just need to take that guy there for a little walk. So dog walk time with and it's not raining as much right now, so we'll be with you guys like in about 15 to 20 minutes. Then we go back live. So speak soon. See you in a bit.